Hello, this is the Mega Construx Aerial Ambush set from the 10th anniversary edition or series of Halo related sets. That's 10 years that Mega Construx, formerly Mega Blocks, has been making buildable Halo collectible sets. That's a significant amount of time and definitely something worth celebrating, I think. I'm really glad that they've done this as a anniversary special series. I think they've come out with one of the stronger series of products this year that they've done, especially for Halo, in quite some time. They've gone back to some things more general and from history, not just the most recent Halo Wars 2. This set in particular is a very direct rehash, revamp, reboot of the Aerial Ambush set from 2009, from 10 years ago, with mostly the same things, just with updated designs and updated quality. The quality is the biggest thing that has changed. Pieces actually stay together these days, and you don't have a lot of missing parts. You don't have a lot of malformed parts. To me, that's the biggest thing that has changed in the Mega world. Very, very, very much for the positive. You know, they definitely earned their bad rep in the early days for poor quality, and I'm very glad that they are 99% past that. They still make some mistakes from time to time, but for the most part, they're making stuff that is significantly better these days. It's actually worth investing in if you like what you see, you know, on a consistent basis. So this is a Sparrowhawk from the original Halo Wars, and it's from the whole VTOL line that of concepts and things, which also created the Kestrel, which was originally going to be something more like this. The Wasp, which was based a little bit more off of what the Kestrel was originally going to be. It's all part of a big family. Now, if you were an avid Halo Wars, original Halo Wars player, you may find something a little bit off about this, particularly with its armaments, because in-game, the thing was mostly referred to as just a Hawk, not a Sparrowhawk, but Sparrowhawk is more of a formal name for it. And it had one barrel, thick barrel on either side, and then a Spartan laser here, a highly upgraded, big version of Spartan laser right here. And this has a pair of machine gun barrels here at the center, and then a pair of machine gun barrels that are just larger and longer on either side, or autocannons is probably what these are intended to be. And this is actually derived from, as best I can see, this is derived from some pretty well sorted, pretty well developed concept art from the later stages of graphic development of Halo Wars. And that's what we thought actually the Hawk was going to look like. It's not the most beautiful looking thing. It's not one of their better looking craft, I think. I think the proportions are very good. You look at it from a distance, I think it's pretty good. But you get up closer, I feel like the textures are too garbled, just a bit too garbled, with the mix of some open studs, a lot of studded surfaces, a lot of these steps where you just change height just to give a little extra thickness. And then you've got the tile here. Just a lot of different shapes come together in ways that are not pleasing to me personally. Now, this does have no stickers whatsoever, unlike the old days. Anything that looks like a decoration is an exclusive print. It's a print right there, print right there, print right there. A lot of things are mirrored. This is actually a long brick that is printed on both sides. Excellent. You can kind of rotate these around. I don't know if this is supposed to be missile pods or I think it's supposed to be missile pods. You could think of them as bombs if you want, but missiles works better for me. That's a print right there. And the canopy opens. The old canopy mold. I'm not sure if they've done it in this color before, but it still works. I don't know if they've updated it a bit. I think they've updated these a bit, these little pieces that tended to be a little bit off from time to time when they were produced originally. This holds one single figure in there, and I'm just going to pull this off so you can see that this is a printed console that sticks up in front like so. Yeah, shows you the targeting there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can move this up and down. These can move up and down. They can be posed any kind of way. This is a little bit annoying to me that these don't want to stay in a correct position. So it's very easy for them to be set off, where they're not lined up properly. And it takes a little bit of time to get them just right. Also, this does not have a stand, so it doesn't have a way to properly pose it with that forward rake that you want to see when it's in flight. Why is this not going down now? That's weird. Oh no. I don't know. I feel like no, there we go. It just snaps into place. I didn't realize that this was a little bit too easy to pull off. Interesting. It's just because it has the 4 studs there rather than having anything holding it from the bottom. So I definitely have to dock it a little bit for that. Overall, yeah, this is not my favorite thing that Mega has done in recent times. Also, the tail feathers don't look so great with just that 2x3 plate right there. A lot of things here are nice, but a lot of them are not so nice, just in my personal opinion. Not some of their better work. I really wish this had a stand so that I could just pose it like that. This Banshee, on the other hand, does come with a stand. It's short, and it does wobble a little bit. You know, if I just touch this, okay, you know, it wobbles about, but at least, you know, it's in an aerial pose. That's all I really want. That's all I really need. This Banshee is actually very nice. It's a little bit on the smooth side. Actually, these should probably be brought out a bit. Yeah, a little bit on the smooth side, a little bit on the sleek side. You know, more of a 343 style, but then it does have the Bungie era style of wings on it. So it feels like a little bit of a hybrid to me, but I really like it. It's got enough of the old style to make me happy. I feel like this possibly could be angled up a little more. Yeah, you could just leave it like that. Make it look a little bit older, but it's sleek. The build of this was actually pretty nice. It made sense. I really like the coloration that they have here. It's almost iridescent. Almost. There's just some really nice flakes, some nice metallic flake in there. I believe it's a bright green or cyan metallic flake. I think maybe it's green with a blue resin base or a blue solvent base for it, so you can see how you get a little bit of the blue color around the sides. You know, it just changes color a little bit. It's really nice. I don't think I've seen them use that much of that color ever before. And it has a nice profile, has nice shaping overall, a good mix, I think, between the studded surfaces and the smooth surfaces. It does not use a single one-piece wing underneath of there. This is a semi-specialized piece right here, but beyond that, most of these are just regular small little bits. No stickers like one of the best old classic ones had stickers that go around the thrusters on the side, and those would just peel right up. So no worries about that. A simple print, once again, for the console down in there. I'll just go ahead and pull this right off so you can see it more clearly. You know, and that's just based off the older graphic style, in-game graphic style, which makes sense. That's a transparent piece. These are handholds for an elite to be able to sit in there, basically on his belly, and it works. I think this is a very nice looking Banshee that is worth having even just on its own. For UNSC figures, this first one is just a generic Halo Wars Spartan 2, with a shotgun there, and it's the really thin style. I actually don't like that. It has a tiny barrel, and it's a little bit flexible. I feel like the barrel could still bend. I know some of the old ones would bend right about there, and I don't think this is going to be too much more durable than that. So do watch out if you're storing it in a big bin full of a bunch of parts, or if you're being rough with it during play. It's perfectly fine for posing and everything. But a very good looking Spartan, good color, not a whole lot of detail in terms of paint applications. You just get the visor, that's it. But the visor is clear enough, you know, it's opaque enough, it stands out. Nice dark gray color for the undersuit. Got the asymmetrical shoulder armor pieces. Bring that down where it's supposed to be. And it just looks good. No complaints here. The other good guy figure is a Flame Marine. And yes, Flame Marine is officially not a Hellbringer. This is Halo Wars 1. I did have the barrel attached there 90 degrees off in the opening shot. Sorry about that, but I fixed it. And this is another very good looking one. Yeah, I like the color. I'm just looking at the colors and thinking, is the gray a little bit too muddy? but it does have a little bit of metallic flake in it. I like the green, I like the visor color, same that was used on the Spartan, but it's pretty proper. I could have used some extra little bit of contrast on this. Like I really like the black color that's brought in with the hose there, and that is the modern, more flexible type of hose, not the old stiff kind that was a pain to pose around. But, it's super articulated. It's the modern overall figure style. Let me bring this down so you can see what the front of that armor looks like. Yeah, overall this is pretty good. I wish there was one more color, like just a slightly darker gray, or a little bit more in the way of blacks to just give this a little extra pop. It does look just a little bit lacking in contrast. But if I were to be able to only pick from, one undersuit color, one armor color, an accessory color, and then just the visor, this is probably the setup that I would ask for, with that green and a dark gray of some sort. If there's only going to be one, I think this would be it. The Elite Miner gets this set's single 10th anniversary special gold accessory, and it's just the old school beam rifle there. Looks pretty nice. It's just a little collectible thing, It's not supposed to be the realistic color scheme or anything that's actually available in game. It's just for the 10th anniversary, and that's fine. Pretty good looking Elite. The blue color is it's pretty close to a true blue. It's a little bit desaturated, maybe a little bit on the cyan side, just a tiny bit of green in there. Guess I should bring this leg armor piece down a little bit more. It's a little bit up. Something's getting in the way there, but overall a pretty good looking figure. No real complaints here. Maybe I don't know, I think I'm okay with the skin tone on this one. I usually don't like lighter skin tones so much in most cases, but this works out all right for me. Yeah, this is one I'll be happy to add to the collection, just as a color scheme option. And finally, this throwback grunt, old style but new build. It's the most recent version of a grunt build from Mega, where the sides of the carapace holding the tank in there are actually separate pieces. So the two copper pieces are separate left to right, and the silver is its own piece of plastic that you insert yourself, clamp it all together. Also, the mask, the breather, is a separate piece, and that's plastic. It's not painted. The skin tone for this guy is like a taro root. Like, if anybody's familiar with stuff made from taro root, like taro root puree for making some kind of Asian pastry of some sort or something, as you blend it up, that's the color you get. It's a very muddy, almost silty looking purple. It's definitely not gray. Maybe it looks even more purple on camera now that I'm looking through the monitor here. I'll try to adjust the colors here, make sure that they come as close as possible to what I'm actually seeing with my eyes for you. And he has just the little plasma pistol there, and this is a pretty cool looking little dude. Wouldn't mind getting enough of these to form a squad, So this set is $50 US suggested retail price. Just looking at it in person and seeing the amount of stuff that's here, I would have given it like 45. Kind of what I would have expected for a fair price. So 50 is not far beyond that, but it is beyond that a bit. And I am a little bit disappointed in the Sparrowhawk. Really could have used a stand of some sort, even if it's not a full-on stand, keeps it all the way in the air, just something to hold up the back just temporarily to be able to get it into a pose that doesn't look like it's on the ground and missing a skid, even just a landing skid of some sort, and the back that you could deploy to get it so that it's at least horizontal, if not angled forward. That would have helped a lot. It feels a little bit incomplete to me for Mega, and again, I mentioned my issues, fully subjective issues with the shaping of it around. I did forget to show you the shooting feature in the Banshee. It just has a couple of their little embedded shooters in there. The triggers for them are down here at the base, so you do get a little bit of play functionality, and it just shoots out these single bolts. Sorry about that, but it's a nice thing for the sake of play. Unfortunately, the Banshee is a good build. It looks good. It comes with a stand. You can take it off that stand. You can swish it around. It doesn't have anything that gets improperly posed too easily. The wings are able to be angled down freely, but you can put them right back and they'll just stay where they're supposed to be. You know, there's a stopping point there, unlike the guns on the Sparrowhawk. The figures are all good, though, at least. And that pretty much does it for my thoughts. So not my favorite. Definitely has some issues. The number one main thing that you're paying for is the weakest thing here, in my opinion. Everything else is pretty good. Let me know what you think about it, though. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.